to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, universe! My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime. Welcome to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. That means if you're here, you are indeed made of sterner stuff. Wooga wooga and booga booga, bim bams and flum bums. Oh, what's going on? Welcome back to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. We made it through once again to the weekend, so it's time to kick back and relax with the best community on YouTube. I'm talking about the Baconeers, the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums. You guys are fucking awesome. Let's go. Who's ready to kick off another weekend? I know I am, and this is the best way I know how to do it. Just having some laughs, you know, kicking back, relaxing. We're going to enjoy our Friday night right now. We got some cartoons to log. Holy shit! Whoa! Wiss is starting off strong. He already snuck in a dodo, but now he's got a big $100. Let's go! Woo! We're rocking out right out of the gate. Get those guitars up and the waifu will grind on the chat there. Let's go. Getting on Duo Maxwell, Hunter Batista, Jason Long, 46 Savage, and Alchemy, let's go. Loki Thorson and Michael Russum, Kakarot 2, hell yeah. Tim J getting in there, Vixen as well, let's fucking go. Holy shit, that's a start. That's a start right there.
All hail the Baconeers, may the house stay grinding, and Saturday mornings never die.
That's right. Thank you, Wiz, man. Massive dono. Holy shit. I saw you snuck in a Thundercats dono right there, like right as I was pressing the go live button. It was popping up on my OBS, and I was like, all right, we got a good start. But then you just smashed that right there, making a very mighty health bar right there. 121.77 hit points on the health bar. Whoa, buddy. Thank you so much, Wiz. Let's fucking go. So, yeah, just as I was saying, almost like you're proving me right now. You know, like, yeah, I was saying best community on YouTube, the Baconeers, the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums. And there you go. If you needed any proof, there you go. So thank you so much, man. Hell yeah. No, the cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons will never die. This channel will never die. We're going to keep going. Even if they end up trying to take down all the shows, we got ways to keep going.
Magnificent. Look at the size of that thing.
Was that you, Chester?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you guys playing games now? Are you like putting in the other name? Chester and Wiss doing another team effort now? What? That's no moon, or is it? Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that dono. Let's go. Thank you. Add into that health bar, whoever it is. I don't know. Wait, Chester, that was you? Oh, look at that. Chester. Yeah, he's trolling. They're trolling. Hey, I don't mind that kind of trolling. That's, can we even qualify that as trolling? Like, if that's trolling, man, bring it on. Hell yeah. Yeah, Chester Stevens and Wiz, they're going crazy, man. They're doing, they're like a tag team, you know, tag team champions, okay? WWF tag team champions, and they're just building it up. All right, let's go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Holy shit. Whoa, 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 buddy. Holy shit. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We're rocking out again. It doesn't stop. The rocking doesn't stop. We're just gonna keep rocking out. Grinding on Hunter Batista, Prince of the Abyss there too. Let's fucking go. Wolfpack Gaming JD, Duo Maxwell, and Killer Tomatoes getting some there. Cruising PC Vet, let's fucking go. Holy shit. We are rocking out. Grinding on T-Bone and Philip Fabian. The waifu is rocking. She's all over the stage. She's all over the stage tonight.
Dance for me. This is for Chester.
Let's go.
Silence. Who is the toad? Toad, wish Loki a happy birthday before I crush you.
Loki Thorson with the stealth check. RB with the base dono. Base, let's go.
Till all is one bacon man.
Thank you so much, RB. Hail, brother. Thank you for that base dono. And Loki Thorson with the stealth check. Instant fail. Instant fail on the stealth check there. She didn't even make us wonder at all this time. Just popped right up. Maybe we've improved those sensors, those cake detectors, okay? The cake detectors, they've been upgraded. All right, now we detect right away, immediately. And happy birthday to Loki Thorson, man. Congratulations, making it another revolution around the sun. Congratulations, buddy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for the support, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So yeah, Chester Stevens and Wiss, I don't know who the real stream boss is. It was me, Austin. See, that's what the next one, that's got to be your super chat message. You got to say, it was me, Austin. It was me all along. Maybe I need to make that a pop-up, you know, where Vince is like taking off the hooded robe. It was me, Austin. And you can use that one specifically. I'll make it like a very specific amount so you know exactly what to send in. And you can do the big reveal. It was me all along. Oh, let's go, man. You guys are awesome. Yeah, happy birthday, Loki Thorson. Thank you for that based dono from RB and the massive support from both Chester Stevens and Wiss right out of the gate. We're going to be wrangling some waifus tonight, it looks like. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Let's go. All right. So, yeah, we're going to get into a lot of fun tonight, actually. This is what we do every Friday. For anybody who might be new here, we do this every Friday night, Sterner stuff. We set sail on the Gyat Yacht. It's about to leave port, so take that BOOGA train all the way down to the docks. We got dockside service on the BOOGA train, okay? Get on board the Gyat Yacht because we're going to be setting sail, cruising into the weekend.
And with all of that done, here's my ticket for the BOOGA train.
Perfect timing, Reverb 154. Perfect timing. You've done that a few times where you just managed to get those super chats in right at the exact moment. So yeah, like that right there. Ticket to ride on the BOOGA train, dockside service, okay? Because we're cruising off into the weekend.
Take a look at that!
It was me, Baconeers. It was me, Schwister, all along.
Shit, Twister. It was me, Twister. I can't even say that all along. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. You guys are freaking incredible. Whoa. So yeah, we're cruising off into the weekend, all right? All on board the Gyat Yacht because it's time to set sail, have a few laughs here. I think that's the best way. I think that's the best way to kick off the weekend. You know, if you had a long week of work, whatever it may be. Hopefully you had a good week. Hopefully you had a good week. But if you didn't, it's over. It can't hurt you anymore. And now we're going to have some laughs, okay? We're going to A-log some cartoons, go over the latest memes that I've cooked up for these decades-old cartoons, right? And then we're going to wrangle some waifus. That's everybody's favorite segment, I do believe, the waifu roundup. And we've got some waifus to wrangle Halloween style, okay? They're going to be dressed in costumes, ready for Halloween, ready for the fall season. We got some really good stuff. Master Krakken, the Rockstar, the OG. Although OG, original ghoul, we need something. What's a word that starts with G that means like artist or something? I don't know.
This is the place. Time to kick back and relax.
BTW Bacon, your costume looks great. I feel like you can take elements from it for a more original look.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, now credit goes to Master Godai. Okay, Mr. Two Scoops, Master Godai, he did an excellent job because we were joking about this last week, you know, that I wanted to be Rorschach from Watchmen because the other channels will look up and shout, "Save us," and I'll whisper, "No." So we were joking about that, and I'm like, hey, we got to make it happen. And he did perfect. Put the ink blot there on the helmet, got the hat, the coat, and as you mentioned, sort of took elements from the regular costume, added it to Rorschach's outfit, so you can still tell it's the original Baconeer avatar, but in the Rorschach, you got the hat, you know, you got the white helmet with the ink blot on it there. The gloves, his spotless gloves. Remember that? My spotless gloves. So yeah, we got that on there, man. So yeah, Master Godai, aka Mr. Two Scoops, knocking out of the park with the Halloween costume for the Avatar this week. We've got Master Krakken, who really is, he loves Halloween. He's really kind of like the superstar when it comes to Halloween. I mean, he's an all-around superstar, like all year round here on the station. But Halloween is where he really shines, because that's when he first started working for me. It was right before Halloween is when he first started. He became the first official artist here on the station, and it was 3. This is the 3rd Halloween that we've worked together. And I mean, just instantly, he was knocking out of the park with these wonderful pinups of waifus dressed up. You know, if you guys remember, for those moldy oldie Baconeers, Princess Lana, she was dressed as Nefertina from Mummies Alive. We had, you know, you saw in the intro there, we had Hannah Dundee dressed as Elvira. So yeah, lots of really good stuff. And he is only gotten better each and every year. And so this year he's rocking and rolling, okay? Rocking and rolling. So we've got some pinups from Master Krakken. We've got some from Odacat in there. All the waifus are dressed for the season, okay? Halloween costumes, maybe tiny overalls or two, you know, for fall, if they couldn't find a good Halloween costume. So yeah, we've got all sorts of good stuff to wrangle in the waifu roundup.
Look at that!
I believe in the power of bacon and cheesecake. Thanks, Wiss. Chester. Who am I?
Oh no. Identity crisis. What's going on? Thank you, Wiss or Chester, Twister, Chewister. I'll just say that. Chewister. I think that's easier to say. I don't know. Yeah. Vince eating another super kick. That's right, Ron McChaos. Eating another super kick right there. Let's go. Knock him out of that chair, okay? And Chester and Wiss, you guys are just going to have to share Stream Boss. We've got an identity. I mean, you're a tag team. You know, the tag teams, they each get a belt, right? Just like in WWF back in the day. I know they still do it, but I don't watch it anymore, so that's why I still call it WWF. So, yeah, you know, they each got a belt. So you guys each get a belt, okay? You guys each get a belt. So Cheddar Swiss. So yeah, we've got some awesome stuff lined up for you guys tonight. So it's going to be a good show. So yeah, get that ticket to ride, okay? Get that ticket to ride. Take the BOOGA train or the thrust bus. They both deliver down to the docks and get on board, because I hear it rolling out. All aboard, Baconeers and Baconettes, Bim Bams and Plum Bums, one and all, because it's time, all right? It's leaving port. We're setting sail. We're cruising off into the weekend, so you better get on board the Gyat Yacht and have some fun with us, all right? Because like I said, this is the best way to kick off the weekend. You know, you just want to sit back, relax, hang out with some good company here. Best community on YouTube if you want good company, all right? We got it. All right? And we're just going to have some laughs. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a good time. That's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. But before I do, let me shout out everybody in the chat. You know, we kind of did some shout outs there during the rock out sessions. You know, the waifus just rocking out all over the stage. Kind of did some shout outs, but let's do it official. Let's do it official. If you're a familiar face, a moldy oldie bacon here, you guys already know. I see it. See, it's already starting to fly up there. But if you're new, I'll tell you what to do. You just gotta put that bacon in the sky. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well, all right? Hopefully you had a good week. And if you didn't, well, it's over. It can't hurt you anymore. So we're sailing into the weekend. But look at all that bacon flying up into the sky. Let's see who we got in here. I see Wolfpack Gaming JD. What's going on, man? We got Darth Zed says, I am Cheddar Swiss. Darth Zed is forming a whole faction right now. Now we got a whole faction. Let's go. We got Hunter Batista, Loki Thorson, the birthday baconeer right there. Way Anchor. That's right. Birthday baconeer. Way and Anchor. Loki Thorson. We got Ricardo Vasquez says, maybe you can get no, I'm not gonna. I don't do that. I'm sober. 7 months today, Ricardo. 7 months today. Sober. Saint Adam, hail, brother. What's going on? We got Hellspawn Leviathan. Hail to you as well, brother. Kenzo's Creations, my eternal rival in the Crossfire arena. In fact, it's gotten so intense, the battle for Nocturna, that now it's Zoomerangs to the death. Let's go. We got Philip Fabian in here. What's up? We got Kakarot. What's going on, man? Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. We're going to see that this month. You know the episode. I think I've played it every year. You know, normally I try to do a different lineup, each with the holiday ones. Even with those, I try to keep it. But that particular episode of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes with Vampire Tower, we gotta do it every year. We got War Wicked 27. What's going on, man? We got Bloodwork for crying in the mud, Bobby. Everybody run. It's Bloodwork. We got Reaver 154. What's going on, man? Ronma Chaos. Hail, brother. What's up? We got Storm Shield. Bacon. So much bacon. I know, man. It's going crazy. It's going crazy. We got Rex Rude 99. Hail, brother. /. We got Vixen 4327, Matthew Skudzienski. What's up, man? We got Lone Wolf. What's up, buddy? Nakama Forever is in here. We got Cruisin' PC Vet. There's Mr. 600 right there. We got Hunter Batista, Michael Russum. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Richard Hooper is in the chat. Darth Zed is in the chat. What's up? We got Hugh Scanlon. What's going on, man? Let's see who else. I got to scroll. There's a lot of bacon. I like to see it. That's what I like. I like it. Tim J. Hail, brother. What's going on? We got Alchemy in the chat. Good to see you as well, man. Hopefully you're doing well. We've got Infinity S60. What's going on? Lynch 85. Hail, brother. Neo 007. What's up? 46 Savage. What's up, buddy? We got Prince of the Abyss. We've got Chester Stevens. Or is it Wiss? Who knows? A mystery. It was Chester Stevens all along. We got Tony Blaze. What's up? We got Space Chimp. Oh, is that like Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys? Are you one of the Space Monkeys? We got Space Chimp in here. We got Ricardo Vasquez. What's up? Token Robot. There's our Token Robot. Now we're good to go.
Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats!
Cheddar Swiss. Now that's a sandwich.
Now all it needs is a little Jill. We want to make a Jill sandwich. Let's go. Yeah, Cheddar Swiss. Cheddar Swiss. That's your tag team name, okay? That is your tag, And now approaching the ring, the next match is scheduled for one fall. Cheddar Swiss. And then you could be accompanied by Jill. Maybe she's your manager. Jill is your manager. So, and that's like your finishing move. That's your finishing move is the Jill sandwich. What's your finisher? The Jill sandwich. Let's see. I'm zooking out. We got T-Bone Tony. What's up, man? T-Bone Tony the Bard. Starting that trend of the lyrical super chats. I wonder if we'll see any of those tonight. We got Leave Me Alone, Please No. What's going on? We got Medieval Syphilis putting some anchors in there at the bacon. We're weighing anchor. Let's go. T-Bone right there. Right on cue. Right on cue. Getting us mesmerized.
Lucy dances for you tonight. because T-Bone only can dono up to 40. The bard is gonna take a break tonight from his rhymes, but he always loves to goon, as he takes his waifus
no
to his
gooning,
jungle
no.
room.
TiVo, no! Don't do it, TiVo. Don't do. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Don't do it. Don't fall to the gooning, okay? Let's go. Let's see who else we got in here. But thank you for the big dono, man. Mesmerized right there. Thank you, T-Bone. And that's okay if you need to take a break from the lyrical super chat. Sometimes you have to recharge those creative batteries, all right? Ricardo Weber is in the chat. What's going on? We got Mr. Kezardrix. We got Crossfire. You'll get caught up in the crossfire. What's going on? We've got Jason Long. Hail, brother. What's up? We got Anditty with some steak in there. Ooh, some steak. You know, take the steak, wrap it in some bacon. That's a tasty treat. We got James D. Morris. What's up? We've got Jimmy with, I think that's the Japanese symbol for death. And then 20. But I'm just going to say Jimmy. That's easier. Jimmy, where's Bimmy? Let's go. We got Tony Nugget. Always here with his nuggets. Let's go. We've got Rusty Heckler. Good times, buddy. What's going on? Let's see who else. RB is in the chat. Thank you for the congratulations on sobriety. You know, it was tough at first, but now it's pretty easy. You know, the days just like I didn't even realize. I was kind of looking for like the 6 month because I figured that would be kind of a milestone. And then I checked the calendar. I'm like, oh, I'm at month 7. Let's go. Yeah, time's just flying by. Let's see who else we got in here. Anybody else that I may have missed? I'm trying to give everybody a shout out before I go too far off into the distance here. You know, I'm zooking out. We got Rob TV. We got Ronald Neal. What's going on? Anybody else that I may have missed, just put some bacon in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it. Try to give you a shout out as we go along. Always like to see what you guys are saying. So I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. Sometimes I get a little carried away with the memes, you know, a little zooking out a little bit with the memes.
No, man, he's just zooking out. He'll be okay.
But hey, you know, it's all good. We like Zook, okay?
We like Zook, see?
Yeah, we like Zook, see? Meh, see? Meh. Dalu, what's going on? Cheers, buddy. Thank you for the bacon right there. We got Sneed in the chat, too. All right, still some people rolling in. We got a good crowd here tonight. I like it. I like it. YouTube's updated their live streaming layout, so it's kind of hard to see. Looks like we got over 100. All right. Hey, there it is. There it is. Now I can see the view count. All right. Hit that like button. Let's get it up there. Okay. We need more likes. If we got over 100, we should have triple digit likes as well. So hit that like button for me, guys. And we're going to get into it. We got, whoa, War Wicked. Holy shit. Whoa, buddy. Let's go. Massive dodo. We're rocking out. Let's fucking go! Holy shit! The waifu's rocking out. She's about to jump off the stage. Don't go overboard, waifu. Don't go overboard. Waifu overboard. Grinding on St. Adam and Ron McKay. War Wicked and Ace of Spades, 88. Grinding on there. Kenzo's Creations and T-Bone. Let's go. Hellspawn Leviathan. Cruising PC Vet getting in there too. Holy shit, the waifu's about to jump overboard, man. She's just rocking out. Holy shit.
Just wanted to say thank you all for everything. I was in a very bad place when I found you, but I'm a lot better now. Thank you, my bacon family, all the artists and the waifus.
Thank you. War Wicked 27. You know, I've actually got quite a few of those messages, and each and every time it really does warm my heart. You know, I never expected anything like that. You know, I was just thinking, hey, you know, I miss the old Saturday morning cartoons. They don't even exist anymore. You know, the younger generations, they'll never even know. They'll never even know the joy of getting up early at the crack of dawn and trying to get down to the living room without waking up the rest of your family as you pour a bowl of cereal and turn on the cartoons, right? And then you basically sit there for like 4 hours until lunchtime, you know? And it was just something I wanted. You know, I want to keep the memory alive. I saw other people doing it. I've told you guys it was a big inspiration from Rinse Repeat. He was a big inspiration. Burger Boy with his focus on the community, and that's all. I just wanted to be able to enjoy it with other people. And when I hear stuff like that people like you just sent in, and I've seen the message from other people before that have said, yeah, you know, this has really brightened up not just their day, not even just the week, but just overall, like their whole like mental health, you know, has been improved by hanging out here with the best community on YouTube. I'm going to keep saying it. Whis with a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go.
Damn Ronald. I can only get so erect.
Wait, what did Ronald do? What? Thank you, Whis, though, for that visit from the Gyat Fairy. But yeah, you know, that's why I keep saying it over and over, man, because I really do mean it. I really do believe it. This is the best community on YouTube, and it's awesome. Wait, oh, Warwicked. Okay. Then he had to correct it.
I mean Warwicked.
It's Warwicked, Kitty. Come on, Kitty's zooking out. Kitty's zooking out right now. Thank you, Whis. A little corrective visit from the Gyat Fairy right there. Thank you. But yeah, that's why it's the best community, because like I don't know what it is. It's like lightning in a bottle, you know, it's just actual magic, or the closest thing that we'll probably ever get to actual magic, because it's just so great how everybody sort of gets along. It's beyond just getting along. It's like we're like the Borg, you know, we're like this one collective, right? We're resistance is futile, waifus. You will be wrangled, right? Instead of you will be assimilated, you will be wrangled. Resistance is futile. We're like the Borg, the Bacon Borg. Okay, maybe that needs to be a Halloween costume. Should we have that? I think I might need to update, because I sent some ideas to Master Godai. I think maybe I need to update one of them. We need the Bacon Borg, okay? Because we're one collective right now. Resistance is futile, waifus. You will be wrangled. So yeah, and that's what's great. That's what's great. It's like everybody gets along. We share this great sense of humor, the love of the nostalgic content, the love of the classic beauty of the waifus. That's one of the main things why I like to have these very talented artists that work here on the station, like Master Krakken, like Master Godai, like the Thrust Boss getting fueled up by Rex Rude. Let's go.
There are new steak nuggets at Arby's. Just thought you'd like to know.
Oh, Rex Rude, don't you know I get my fill of Arby's like three or four nights a week? If you know, you know. But I feel like I got my fill of Arby's. No, actually, I don't know, man. Steak nuggets, I don't really even, how does that work?
We're triplets.
Triplets?
Fever.
Get aboard the Haifukin yacht.
Hi fucking yacht!
Whoa, medieval syphilis zooking out, let's go!
Out at sea for a month, so I'll probably be missing the next few streams. Between that and the Gov shutdown, just wanted to pop one last dono for a while. Happy spooky month, Baconeers.
Booga booga booga!
The Borg are an analogy for communism, and communism is cringe. But we know what you mean.
Yes. See, and that's why I love you guys, because you know that I don't endorse any of that commie garbage, okay? Just making a joke, just making a reference, because we're all going to wrangle the waifus, okay? They will be wrangled, all right? But see, you know, though, I don't even have to worry. You know. It is cringe, though. It is. You know, I don't endorse that shit. But it's just a joke. It's just a reference. So, but thank you, though. Thank you, Cheddar Swiss. Cheddar Swiss, one of the tag team duos. That's your tag team name, okay? I'm making it official. That is your tag team name. Cheddar Swiss, your finishing move, the Jill Sandwich. Let's go. But yeah, so that's why I like to get these talented artists like Master Krakken, Master Godai, and Ace of Spades 88 working here on the Orbital Station each and every week, bringing you guys top tier waifus, because we like to celebrate that classic beauty standard, man. It's something that should never fade from this world, and unfortunately it seems to be, or at least they're trying very, very hard to make it fade from this world. They're pushing all sorts of mediocrity and sometimes even just outright ugliness, and trying to tell us this is what's attractive. This is the top actress in Hollywood. She's hot, right? No, she's mid. I'm looking at you, Zendaya, however you say your fucking name. You're mid, okay? Nothing. I see just the average white girl working at McDonald's is way hotter than you. So yeah, they're trying. but we're not going to let it happen here. I don't think so. Not under my watch. That's why I always talk about supporting the war effort like you guys have already done. I don't even really need a hot dog and grandstand. I just, this is kind of the typical time when I would mention it. So not even really meaning to hot dog and grandstand, but hey, if you want to support the war effort even more tonight, I won't stop you. Massive support already. But that's what it's all about. We're waging the war on woke. We're pushing back. We're saying, hell no, we will not stand for this ugification, okay? We're keeping the hot waifus around. We've got talented artists that can do it. We've got all this nostalgic content where things were still attractive for real and not their weird modern definition of it. I don't think so, buddy. So that's what we're doing. So thank you guys for the massive support right out the gate. St. Adam says Zendaya's a dude. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. So, and once again, I'm glad that you guys, we're all on the same page. Okay, we're all on the same page. Stevesy says,
triplets?
She's not evil. Not evil.
Fever.
Cheddar the face, Swiss the heel. We're like the Janus tag team. One shakes hands, the other hits you with a steel chair.
Oh, okay. I don't know why Kitty had to read it like that. Isn't it supposed to be Janice? Kitty? You get your mind out of the gutter there, Kitty. Okay. Think it's supposed to be Janice. But yeah, thank you. I like that. One's a face, one's a heel, get you with the distraction while the other one gets in the chair shot. Let's go. The Jill sandwich. Actually, wasn't it Edge and Christian? What was it called? The crescendo or something, where they would have each have a chair and sandwich the people. That should be your finishing move. You each get the chair shot in, one on each side. So it is like a chair sandwich, but we call it the Jill sandwich because Jill Valentine's your manager. All right. She's like Elizabeth, Miss Elizabeth, right? Just comes down to the ring, doesn't actually do any wrestling. Not even really a manager if we're really, like wrestling's fake. What? No, you're not even really a manager. Just there to distract people. Okay. Just there as like eye candy. That's what she really was. But that's your finishing move, right? Yeah. Bite into it. The Jill sandwich. And yeah, you each guys have a chair and just wham on each side. That would actually be awesome. We need to do that. Maybe that'll be a move in the next Waifu Mania, which is coming up very soon. Not this month, but probably next month. That's what we're aiming for. I've been in the talks. The concerto. That's right. I said crescendo, didn't I? Concerto. Thank you, Bloodwork. That makes a lot more sense because it has chair in it. So thank you. Yeah, the concerto. That needs to be your finishing move, but it'll be called the Jill sandwich. And I've been in talks with Master Krakken about getting the next Waifu Mania event rolling out, and we're aiming for next month. Tentatively, because it takes a lot of work. We're adding a lot of new features. There might even be some animation in there. It was kind of like almost like a slideshow. We had different moves and things that you guys could activate, right? But we're trying to add more features like interference, like someone running down to the ring, causing interference. And there might even be some like fully animated segments. We'll see. I don't want to spoil too much. Don't want to give too much away, but we really are cooking up something special with this next Waifu Mania event. And I'm thinking that there needs to be a tag team match. I was already planning on one, and I'm thinking one of them needs to do that. The concerto, the Jill sandwich as their finishing move in honor of Cheddar Swiss. Okay. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. And again, War Wicked 27, so awesome to hear. Like, it really does. It warms my heart. And that's kind of why I was going off on that tangent there. I'm so happy that everybody is on the same page. We have a very similar sense of humor. We enjoy these memes, these jokes. We have our own custom memes, talking about wrangling waifus and Frostaflakes and J-Law. We got all that stuff, the appreciation of the waifus, all of that. And it's so awesome. It's so awesome. So to hear that it has had such positive effects on people, especially like what War Wicked said there, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So you blessed me. You said that you've been blessed. I look at it all as one giant blessing, man. And it's just great. It's just great to be here with the Baconeers each and every week, man. And it's not going to stop. That's what I was saying earlier too. Even if they were to, flip a switch and the studios buy up all of the cartoons that are out there, and the ones that already own them, you know, like Marvel, Disney, I guess is more Disney, Warner Brothers, you know, with DC and all that, they already don't allow that stuff. And so if the other studios start buying up stuff and taking them down like they did with Ulysses 31 and Galaxy Rangers and all that, don't worry, the content will never stop because I've already planned for it. Okay, I've already planned for it. I told you guys about this last week as well, so I won't really go into it too much. But just know that I've already planned for it. There's stuff already in the works. The content will never stop, okay? We'll be able to work around it. So Bacon Ears, just like J-Law, just like the J-Law, the Bacon Ears are eternal, okay? They are eternal. So we're going to get into it tonight, guys. We got all the usual segments here for you. The Saturday morning preview, where we go over some of the shows that I got lined up for you in tomorrow morning's Volume 122, another Halloween edition like we're going to be doing all month long. We've got a bit of a monster mash, the monster mash going on tomorrow. Because last week it was all about waifus and costumes. You know, we saw a whole bunch all morning long of waifus dressed as different costumes. Well, this week, it's a little bit more, they're not really costumes. They are the monsters, the monster waifus. It's a monster mash, and I think you guys will want to smash, okay? So that's the theme for this week, so we're going to get into that. Don't really have any news or updates, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes no news is good news. So we'll probably just skip over that because I think you guys already know that channel surfing is Halloween themed. So even putting that in there is kind of redundant. So, you know, we'll just kind of skip over that. And then we'll get right into everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup. So hopefully you've been keeping those Wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top shape. I believe Wiss, if it really was Wiss, at the start of the stream, he sent in the super chat. You guys didn't get to see it, but what he said in there was that all the Wrangle devices have to be regulated. You know, they have to be up to code, up to standard. All right, we treat our waifus right here, okay? Even in wrangling, and especially in post-wrangle activities, we treat them right, okay? So yeah, make sure your Wrangle devices are up to code, tuned up, in tip-top condition, because we got some good ones for you tonight. Some really good ones. Like I said, Master Krakken bringing some fire this week. We got some stuff from Odacat. I've got some things cooking up from Master Godai, Ace of Spades 88. And if we don't get to those tonight, you might see some on the gaming stream on Sunday, okay? Because we're doing a gaming stream on Sunday, playing some more spooky games for Spooky Month. All right, we did Demon's Crest this past Sunday. We're doing Splatterhouse this Sunday. So we'll get plenty of waifus all weekend long. It's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be a good time. So without any more hot dogging and grandstanding, I think I've done enough at this point, right? Let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys do want to continue to support the channel, we've got massive support right out the gate, but there is a link pinned right there at the top of the chat. If you want to get my attention, just yell at me through a super chat. We've got kind of a expanded universe of lore. You know, there's lyrical super chats. Now we've got some wrestling storylines going on. You know, an angle, I think is what they call it. We got wrestling angles going on in the super chat. So yeah, all sorts of fun to be had. Nakama Forever says we should do a zombie waifu weekend. Well, you might see a zombie waifu or two tomorrow. So maybe great minds are thinking alike right there. I don't know if there's enough zombie waifus to put in a Saturday morning lineup. You know, there's a few, but you know, I'm limited with my choices. So many things get blocked, or you know, if we've already played the episode like last week, or I don't know, were there any zombie waifus last week? I don't think so, but you'll see a couple tomorrow. Now we could also expand that into the movie night over on Bacon Bits and maybe have some sort of zombie waifu movie. I'm sure there's some of those out there, but we are doing a movie night tonight. And we'll get into that if you guys have seen the premiere setup. 10 big Bison Bucks from Wiz.
Treat your waifu right. Be ethical in your choices.
That's right. Treat them right. You know, I mean, you still gotta domesticate them, right? That's why we wrangle them and get them into the wife cage. But ethically, right? With love. we wrangle and tangle and get them in the wife cage with love, right? Yeah, Ronnie Tops is a good zombie waifu. She's probably like the top zombie waifu because she's best girl, in my opinion, from Shantae. That might be a little bit of a hot take because Shantae herself is no slouch, but Roddy Topsman, green skin girl. Okay, so yeah, we've got top zombie waifu already. It's a shame. Maybe I should have saved that game until October, but it's not really like a Halloween game. It just happens to have a zombie waifu in there. But maybe we can get some more art. Maybe we can get some more art of her. So yeah, biblically, Faithful Skater says biblically. To know someone in the biblical sense, right? Isn't that like a thing? It biblically, if you know someone, it means like, you know, you've done some post-wrangle activities. I think that's what that means. So anyway, we're going to get into it, guys. Let's go ahead and start the show proper here. We've had massive support. Actually, I can't wait to get to the waifu roundup because it sounds like we're going to be able to wrangle a bunch of waifus tonight, and I think you guys will enjoy it. You won't be disappointed. The artists have been going crazy in a good way, zooking out in the best way, in fact. St. Adam says, done some things, right? Done some things. So let's, we got a ticket to ride.
I got my ticket to ride on the BOOGA train, but why does Orko from He-Man have boobies in the Saturday morning cartoon's thumbnail and transition into Orcat?
That's not Orko, yeah, silly Billy. Duo Maxwell, no, I'm sure you're just kidding. No, that's Shadow Weaver, okay? That's Shadow Weaver. I guess, like, they both have the little red cloak thing going on, but Orko has a funny little hat and a big O on his shirt, so you know it's Orko, whereas Shadow Weaver doesn't wear a funny hat. She's got, you know, the hooded cloak thing going on, and she doesn't have a big O on her chest, but big something else. Okay, something else big on her chest that lets you know it's Shadow Weaver and not Orko. Okay. So let's get into it, guys. Saturday morning previews starting at the usual time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a full 3-hour block for you. Not going overtime this time. I know the last couple weeks it was like 5 minutes over, keeping you past noon just a little bit there. No, we got it in. We got it in under 3 hours this time, so it's like just shy of the 3-hour mark. So it'll be a full 3 hours for you, 9 to noon Eastern Standard Time. We're at volume 122. It's flying by. This is crazy. I say this every time, but it really does. It feels like last week was volume 100, and now we're at volume 122, nearly halfway to the next big milestone. Token Robot with a visit from the Gyat Fairy.
Make sure you show your waifu that she is appreciated. Nothing says good job like a firm open hand slap on the ass.
That's right. That's right. You know, like after she brings you a sandwich, nothing says appreciation. Exactly, Token Robot. Firm. You got to be firm, you know. It shows that, you know, it shows love. Waifus don't like a limp-wristed slap, okay? They don't like a little limp-wristed slap on the ass. That's no good. That's a waifu won't appreciate that. So yeah, after she brings you a sandwich, right, in your favorite chair, you got it firm, okay? Firm slap on the ass. That shows you love them. So thank you, Token Robot. So yeah, we are nearly halfway to the next big milestone, which will be around volume 150. And that is the 3-year anniversary. When we get to volume, I think it's like 154. 154, 156. I don't know. The math is hard. But yeah.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Cheddar and Swiss sandwich.
A Jill sandwich. Let's go. Thank you. Let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do when the Jill sandwich runs wild on you? Thank you, Wiz. Cheddar Swiss. Let's go. Thank you so much. But yeah, so it's I think it's volume 156 that marks the 3-year anniversary. So we're gonna be there before you know it. We're gonna be there before you know it. So let's get into what we've got lined up. Just a few, about half the shows. I like to keep a few surprises in there for you, but we're gonna give away about half the shows that we got tomorrow morning. Now, if you're a channel member, because I do see a lot of blue wrenches in chat. Those are channel members over on Coffee. Not only are you helping keeping the station in orbit, but you got access to some nice perks there. The whole video archive. We're talking like, I don't even know half a dozen gigabytes or something. It's a lot of all the past videos, including ones that have been taken down. So the full library of Galaxy Rangers, the entire series of Galaxy Rangers, Ultra Force, Sky Surfers, Roswell Conspiracies, you know, all that stuff that got taken down. Even some of those Saturday morning cartoon lineups that had to get taken down just because one single show got blocked and YouTube won't let you edit it once it's over 100,000 views. So things like Action Man and Ulysses 31, although I think the ones that had Ulysses didn't quite hit 100K, so I was able to trim that out. But we did lose one because of Action Man. We did lose a couple because of Galaxy Rangers, Ninja Turtles 2003, and one or two have been struck down, you know, during the BKN saga and the Lasso saga. Well, they're all backed up on the video archive. So channel members get access to that, as well as some exclusive art too, So they have access to the lineup, the full lineup, couple of days early. I usually post it on Thursday, so a couple of days before they get to see. So you guys know, don't spoil anything though. No spoilers from the channel members, okay? Wolvie with the 10 big Bison Bucks.
Here's to myself and all the other furloughed Buccaneers.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. And I do want to say again, thank you to Medieval Civilist, that big dono, zooking out like Conan. And happy travels to you. When you say you'll be at sea, is this like a military thing? You know, if so, stay safe and thank you for your service. But regardless, safe travels. So thank you. And thank you, Wolvie, for the 10 big Bison Bucks. So yeah, we're going to get into some of the shows that we got lined up. Be a few surprises for people out there, but most of it, and I think you already know, obviously we're talking about Shadow Weaver and stuff, so you already know one of the shows that's going to be in there, but we'll talk about them. Got a couple of memes here cooked up, but like I was saying a few minutes ago, the theme this week is a monster mash. Waifus you want to smash. All right, so it was costumed waifus last week. Now we got monster waifus, and not just waifus. We got all sorts of monsters, in fact. I was kind of going a little crazy. I was like, hey, this episode's got a classic monster or semi-classic monster, something that, you know, we can kind of just say is a classic, you know, looks like one maybe. We're putting it in there. It's going in the lineup, okay? So we've got Dracula. He's going to be in there. We're going to see the classic Dracula right there, who also brings us what I think might be a new wrangling technique. If it's not a new wrangling technique, it's one that we haven't seen in a while because it felt new. You know, I was like, hey, have we seen this before? I know we've seen some like magical wrangle spells and things, but I don't know if we've seen the Dracula, what do they call it? The charm or whatever, where they put him in a trance. Like, well, I don't know. We'll find out in a minute here. But yeah, so we've got Dracula bringing us a new, or at least not often used, wrangle technique. We've got gargoyles, not Disney's though. Obviously Disney would block that. But hey, we found another way to get some gargoyles in the stream. They're just from another show. It's not Goliath. It kind of looks maybe a little bit like Brooklyn if he got jacked as fuck, right? If he was gray, you know, Brooklyn's he's like kind of orange, right? But he has little horns like that. So maybe this is like a relative or something. You know, it's like Brooklyn. He got jacked as fuck. He's flying around. So we got gargoyles in there. We got skeleton warriors, but not the show. These are just like skeletons, like Jason and the Argonaut skeletons. And they're on these like badass nightmare horses, man. Look at these horses. I almost feel like it's a weird, like half Pegasus, half bat, all nightmare. Like these horses look badass, man. This would make a cool metal album cover. Just this image. It may be a slightly different art style, you know, more of that hand painted art style that you see a lot of those old metal covers, but I could see this. Yeah, they're like skeleton Vikings. They got battle axes, like, you know, weird horses with bat wings and bat ears and like cool mask things on. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty awesome. Carl Singh, what's going on? Good evening, buddy. Welcome back. But yeah, I like it. This could definitely be a heavy metal album cover right here, or the basis for one. So we've got this going on. And then for the waifus, we got some witchy waifus right here. This is a witchy waifu, Shadow Weaver. You saw her on the thumbnail, not to be confused with, who was it that said, was it Duo Maxwell that said, is that Orko? No, this is Shadow Weaver, or witchy waifu. And we even get a little bit of a background, a little bit of an origin story. Not necessarily a face. I was hoping for a face reveal. We get a partial face reveal. Basically, as much as of her face that you can see right now, we get to see that before she was Shadow Weaver, and it's not in shadow. It's not in shadow. So you do get to see her eyes and her original skin tone and all that, but not really a full face reveal. But we do get an origin story. So we get witchy waifus. Yeah, witchy waifu. All right, we get witchy waifus. We've got zombie waifus. Who was asking? Who was that? Somebody was asking for zombie waifus. All right, somebody was asking for zombie waifus. Well, ask and you shall receive. We're getting zombie waifus in here, okay? I think it was technically a couple. I don't know. The one that you'll see here in a minute, a couple waifus later. I got a couple more slides to go through. She might count as a zombie waifu. I'll let you guys decide. But yeah, we got zombie waifu, okay? Zombie waifu. We got Medusa waifus, all right? Blue skin Medusa, all right? And they call her Doozer. The hard R. Can you believe that? I can't believe that, man. Yeah. Gravedale High. You guys know the show. We've only watched one episode in the whole history of the channel because it's kind of hard to come by, especially in good quality. But I found some that are decent enough. You can see by these screenshots. They do look like they were recorded from the original broadcast. Definitely a VHS rip to be sure. But doesn't look too bad. Not really crunchy. You know, nice bit rate, whatever. Audio's pretty good. It's got a little bit of that classic buzz or hiss or whatever. Like I said, you can tell it was recorded off of a VHS or ripped off of a VHS. But, you know, decent enough. At least some of the episodes, some of the ones I found, because I did find the whole series. I managed to find the whole series, but like some of the episodes are just unwatchable. Like they're crunchy, blurry. You can barely tell what's going on. The audio is terrible. Fortunately, can't use those. And we'll never be able to do like a full watch through of the series, but you know, there were a few good ones, so we'll get through those eventually. Might see another episode of this later this month, who knows. But yeah, so we've got zombie waifu, we've got Medusa waifu, Doozer as they call it. Doozer, what's up, my doozers? Oh, with the hard R, I can't believe it. And we also, from this show, we also get a mummy, but I don't know if she's got waifu status, because not only is she ugly, but she's fat. Just like Scott Steiner said. Just like Scott Steiner said, not only is she ugly, she's fat. So I don't know if she gets waifu status.
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm going to die.
Well, you know, at least she's aware. Oh, at least she knows. At least she knows.
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm going to die.
Jason Long got the reference. Holy shit. I was wondering. I figured. I had a feeling that there would be at least one or two bacon ears that would get the reference that watched the Kino Casino. Yeah, Jason Long, like immediately. Let's fucking go. Yeah, she's fat. Oh, buddy. Whoa, buddy. So yeah, we get the zombie waifu, the Medusa waifu, but I don't think the mummy waifu counts. I don't think it counts. Okay, if she doesn't lose weight, she's gonna die. I don't know why that makes me. It's like short but sweet. It's so like that line. I gotta hear it one more time. It cracks me up.
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm gonna die. Oh, buddy. Whoa. Okay. That kills me. All right. So we also get a ghost waifu. Not just any ghost waifu, ghost Viking waifu. Okay. Ghost Viking waifu. Kind of like the Viking skeletons. We get the ghost Viking waifu. Also on horseback. But instead of a battle axe, she's got a bow and arrow. But you can see she's a little see-through there. It's a ghostly waifu. So we got witchy waifus. We got ghostly waifus. We've got zombie waifus. And we even have Bride of Frankenstein waifus. Now does she count as a zombie? This is the one I wanted to ask you guys about. Does she count as a zombie? The Bride of Frankenstein? I mean, she's reanimated, right? She's reanimated. So does she count? Does she count as a zombie waifu? Where do we classify the Bride of Frankenstein? Does anybody know? Yeah, Ghost Viking waifu. Yeah, you remember her? That was a good episode, man. It's a good episode. Ghoul to a degree. Yeah? She's like a variation, maybe a subset of zombie. So yeah, we've even got Bride of Frankenstein waifu, and look how happy Frankenstein is there. He approves. He's like, YAMS out. Let's go. So yeah, man, this is actually a show. This one I was actually really excited to bring to you guys because it's completely obscure, very well hidden gem. You have to go digging for this one. And I'm pretty surprised that it got by. Although when I looked into it, I think it's because the rights are like in limbo. Because if you notice the animation style, it's very much like that Warner Brothers animation style. In fact, it's, oh, Reverb 154 with a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go.
If the waifu has a pulse, then she's not a zombie.
Okay, fair enough. That's a fair point. But yeah, this was actually brought to you, Steven Spielberg presents, just like Tiny Toon Adventures and Animaniacs, right? So if you notice this, the official title is Steven Spielberg's Toonsylvania. I see somebody in the chat recognized Ricardo Weber actually knew what it was right away. So yeah, Toonsylvania. But then look at that little logo down in the corner of the screen, because this was obviously also recorded off of TV, right? Fox 8. Now, Fox is now owned by Disney, but back in the day, it was just 20th Century Fox. They were their own thing, and they were kind of like a rival to Warner Brothers, much like you could say that Disney is also a rival to Warner Brothers. But Fox and WB were definitely, because, Fox Kids had all the Marvel stuff. They had Spider-Man and X-Men and all that. And then you had the Kids WB, which was on a separate channel. And that would have like Batman, the animated series, and Superman and Animaniacs and Freakazoid and all the WB stuff, right? Ron McChaos with a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go. Keep her dancing. Keep her dancing.
Will this guy be Frank Zone 2? I swear it happens to every animated Frankenstein.
I think he does, actually.
Come over here, big boy.
Bring on Mummies Alive.
Let's go, Whis. Oh, we're definitely getting Mummies Alive this month. Don't worry. May not happen tomorrow. It may not happen tomorrow, but we are getting Mummies Alive. Just like I mentioned the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes with Vampire Terra. There's a Mummies Alive episode that we practically need to watch every year. It's like tradition, okay? It's like tradition. But yeah, if you notice, it says Fox 8. So this aired on Fox, despite being very much a WB looking cartoon. I don't know if it was officially done by Warner Brothers Studios, but they used the animators. The music even sounds similar. It's a, quote unquote, Steven Spielberg presents type thing. So the rights are like in limbo. But here it gets even weirder than that, because you know who claimed it? Because you guys know the channel's not like officially monetized. It's all supported by bacon ears like you. I don't get any ad revenue or anything like that. So anytime that there's an ad on the video, I have no control over that, because what happens is the studios that own these shows, they claim it and they take the ad revenue. YouTube just pays them for my hard work. No, it's their content. I know what's going on. We're lucky to be able to do this, so I'm not complaining. But it's crazy because listen to who claimed it. NBC Universal. Okay, so it's like Warner Brothers style animation, might have even been done by the Warner Brothers studio. Who knows? Originally aired on Fox and now currently being claimed by NBC Universal. So, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea what's going on with the rights to this show. But I was worried because I was thinking, oh man, I dug this one up. I found it, grabbed it from obscurity. Hopefully it gets passed, because usually when something like this kind of falls through the cracks, usually it doesn't get claimed at all. But luckily, NBC does allow some of their shows, not all. They block Earthworm Jim, which pisses me off because I'd love to watch that. I think they have a few others like Exo Squad, also pisses me off because I'd love to watch that too. But they allow things like He-Man and She-Ra and Filmation's Ghostbusters. Practically the whole Filmation library is owned by NBC Universal. So all of those shows, even Jason of Star Command is owned by them. So they allow a lot of stuff, which, so hey, let's be happy with what we get, right? So they allow this one, but I just thought it was weird when I saw the claim. I'm like, really? Like, I'm surprised anybody claimed this. Let's see who it was. NBC, okay. You know, I thought maybe, you know, Fox, like Disney owns them now, and they're like rivals with Warner Brothers. Is it going to be Warner? Nope. NBC, weird. But yeah, it's Toonsylvania, and just like it's even got the same format. So if you guys remember, we were talking about Tiny Toons on Wednesday, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with that show as well as things like Animaniacs, where it was a bunch of smaller episodes that made up the full episode. So if you were watching Tiny Toons, if you were watching Animaniacs, you would get like 2, 3, maybe even 4 if there were short little segments like Good Idea, Bad Idea with Mr. Skullhead and Animaniacs, right? You'd get these little segments that would make up a full episode. And so Toonsylvania is the same way. It's about 3, sometimes 4 segments that make up a full episode. So what I did, which I was hoping that this, and maybe this is why it got around, I don't know, but I took a segment from 3 different episodes, like mix and matched them. And maybe that's why it was able to fly under the radar like that. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got a kind of a mix and match. But if you can tell by the screenshot, I tried to pick the best ones. Tried to pick the ones that I feel the Baconeers would enjoy the most. And of course, you know, another monster waifu right here with the Bride of Frankenstein. So we've got the Bride of Dr. Frankenstein here and a couple other segments. And I think you guys will enjoy them all. It's going to be a nice change of pace because we've never seen this show on this channel before, so it'll be pretty cool. And if you guys like it, maybe we can do some more because I did find a bunch of the episodes. We can always mix and match a few other segments, okay? So yeah, if you guys like this, maybe we can do some more, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool to have on the channel tomorrow morning. So we've got that, but we have regular waifus too. They're not all monster waifus, okay? We got to have some regular ones in there too. Not that there's anything wrong with the witchy waifus, the ghostly waifus, the zombie waifus, etc., etc. But we want some regular waifus too. Oh, let's go! We got another visit from the Gyat Fairy from Reverb 154. Keep her dancing, man. Keep her dancing.
The Warner Brothers, before they created their own channel, would often run their cartoons on the Fox Kids lineup. Now, the brothers just play their shows mostly on Cartoon Network and Boomerang, and leave their hidden gems for the graveyard shifts.
Well, I'm working the graveyard shift, buddy. Sign me up. I'm working the graveyard shift, and I'm digging up those hidden gems, all right? And bringing them to you guys. Hell yeah. So what's going on, Ricardo Huff? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Isaac Nieder in here as well. What's going on? Oh, yeah, we can't forget Swamp Monsters. Well, maybe we'll see some of those as well. And if I did miss any, we'll bring them to you next week. So, you know, we got to do Mummies Alive next week because we had the Mummy waifu already this week, even if she is...
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm going to die.
Even if she is, you know, we'll save the Mummy waifu for next week and we'll do Mummies Alive. But we got some regular waifus in here, too. Okay, we got some regular ones in here too. We've got Jessica from Filmation's Ghostbusters. So last week we saw the real Ghostbusters. Well, now we got to have the other Ghostbusters. The reason, in fact, why they called that show The Real Ghostbusters, because Filmation had beat them to the punch using that name, and we're trying to be like, yeah, this is Ghostbusters, right? Yeah, Egon, who's that Slimer? I don't know, but this is the Ghostbusters. So when they made the Ghostbusters cartoon, they were like, no. This is the real Ghostbusters, okay? So, yeah, we've got the reason for that name with Filmation's Ghostbusters this week, and then we'll probably see another episode of the real Ghostbusters next week, along with Mummies Alive and, you know, other... I'm almost, like, spoiling next week's lineup. My goodness. So, yeah, we've got Jessica here, redhead waifu. Just not a monster, regular waifu.
Seriously? NBC Universal claiming Warner Brothers IP like Toonsylvania?
Yeah.
Those studios aren't even related. Does not compute. Does not compute.
They're not even real. They're not even real. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy, Duo Maxwell. Look, I'm just as confused as you are, man. I'm just as confused as you are. I have no idea. But at least they let it go. They're going to take the ad revenue. but they're letting it go. So I'm happy with that because now we get to watch Toonsylvania tomorrow morning. So yeah, we've got Redhead Supremacy here with Jessica from Filmation's Ghostbusters. And she may just be a regular waifu, not a monster, but she does encounter the monster. You guys saw earlier, I pointed out we've got Dracula, and he's bringing us what might be a new Wrangle technique. If you guys, maybe you have a better memory than I do, and you can tell me, oh no, we've seen this Wrangle technique used by another character before. If not, it's new. Maybe it's just not often used. Maybe that's all. Maybe it's just not often used and we haven't seen it in a while. So it's about darn time that we get us another mesmerized Wrangle, okay? She's gonna get mesmerized by Dracula and wrangled. Let's go.
So, trying to escape, eh?
Okay, well, is it any wonder he has to mesmerize the wife? I know it's like Dracula, it's what vampires do. They do like the charming stare and but as soon as he opens his mouth, I'm like, oh, this is what oh. No charisma. He's no Gary Oldman from Bram Stoker's Dracula, nothing like that, where he can just woo the waifu naturally, maybe use a little bit of the vampire charm. No, he's 100% relying on it. Why does he sound like Mario? Exactly, Michael Russell. He's like, it's me, Dracula. What's going on? Mamma mia, I want to suck your blood. Oh, I use your blood for my spaghetti. Let's go. She's like, no, you sound highly regarded. I don't want any. I don't want any. You sound like a regarded Mario. What's wrong with you? She's trying to resist.
You are in my power, Jessica. So listen to my command.
You will make me a spaghetti and a lasagna too.
I will tell you exactly what I want you to do.
That like the Zook eyes are already like, whoa, buddy, right? But then that subservient nod, like, yes, I will make your spaghetti and I will make sure no one touches your spaghetti. Yes, master. Lasagna coming right up, master. Yes. Waste of Space, aka Cheetos, aka the #1 troll in the chat, says waifu wrangled. Yeah, she's been mesmerized Wrangle. Okay, and you can see why he had to do it too. She was like right away. She's like, you sound like regarded Mario. Please get away. I don't want to make your spaghetti. I don't want to make your spaghetti. She had no choice now. That subservient nod, man. The zooked out eyes.
Ooh.
I don't know why it cracks me up. So yeah, Jessica's getting zooked out. Look, oh my goodness, this is even more of a zook face.
No, man, he's just zooking out. He'll be okay.
Let's go. Make the Boglum dance there.
Just scored a new Geisil 14.5 complete upper for half off best Friday ever. Also the best wrangling technique is the what's that over there? Plop plop.
Classic misdirection. Thank you, Commies Are Not People. Appreciate the Boglum dance right there. Sounds like a good deal right there. Best Friday ever. Yeah, man, it sounds like a really good deal. Man, you should see. I don't know. You should see some of the stuff. I've seen people, they don't know what they're doing with their kits, man. There's a certain group out there who shall not be named that don't know what they're doing with their kits, with their loadouts. They don't have stocks. They don't have stocks on their guns.
He sounds like he was either hit in the junk very hard, inhaled helium, or never dropped his balls. I'll believe any one of them. And even all three at once.
There you go, Reverb 154. Hey, your guess is as good as mine, man. Hey, it's crazy stuff in these shows. So yeah, Jessica's been mesmerized, Zook Wrangle. Okay, mesmerized Wrangle, Zook Wrangle. Okay, and yeah, it's that Zook face. I need to make that an emoji. I need to make that an emoji for the Discord. Like that's too That's too good of a Zook face. That rivals the, what was his name? Razor from Mutant League? Because we have a Zook face emoji already. It's Razor, but it's very similar to this actually, with like the droopy eyelids and the kind of goofy smile, goofy facial expression, right? The Zook face. But this one rivals it. I don't know. I think we need the Zooked waifu emoji too. Yes. might be time for that misdirection. Classic misdirection from Commies Are Not People, you know? She'll never be able to see it coming there. So we've got her wrangled up. Okay, she's wrangled up, zooked out and wrangled up. So who are we gonna need here to save the waifu? Who is the master of unwrangling? If this waifu's getting wrangled by regarded Mario Dracula, right? Who's gonna save her? Who could it be? None other than the master of unwrangling herself, She-Ra. She gets the message here. You can see it's not R2-D2. It's like some sort of magic falcon, you know, but put the caw in the chat, okay? Because we got the magic bird right here. It's like, help me, Ik Ben She-Ra. You're my only hope. Help me, Ik Ben She-Ra. You're my only hope. So she's getting the message here. She's like, oh, a waifu's been wrangled. I have to go rescue her. I am, after all, the master of unwrangling. So when she gets the message, they snuck it out of the Death Star. Dracula, that's the name of Dracula's castle, is the Death Star. And they snuck it out and they brought her the message. Help me, Ik Ben She-Ra. You're my only hope. So She-Ra's on the job, okay? She's on the job. She's going to go unwrangle the waifu, save Jessica, save our redhead from... I mean, they're both Filmation. You know, we could see a crossover. You never know. But along the way, there might be some interference and She-Ra might do some wrangling of her own. She-Ra might do some wrangling of her own. All right, check this out, guys. Like, we've seen the waifu bomb, and at first I thought we were about to see another one because this is how it gets set up. You guys remember? She was just riding along, Swifty here, good old Swiftwind, Swifty, and she just jumps off, and it's like, oh, there's people in there. It's the waifu bomb. But this one's a little bit of a modified waifu bomb, and whereas the classic waifu bomb, it looks pretty dangerous. I don't know if I'd want to be on the receiving end of that. She dove straight through a metal battleship, okay? So I don't know. But this one, give me pause to wonder, okay? Pause to ponder, okay?
No time for the lasso. Here goes.
No time for the lasso. She's like, I'm not, I can turn my sword into all sorts of wrangling devices. There's no time. There's only enough time for the waifu bomb.
I think you'll like the view better over here.
Whoa, buddy. You'll like the view? You'll like the view better? Oh, what is going on?
Over here.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Look at his face, though. Now, wait a minute, because I know it's like, wait. She's trying to do the waifu bomb. This one's a little variation on it. She's trying to steer him like, oh, I think you'll like the view. But look at his face. He loves it. He loves it. It should have been me, not him. It's not fair. It should have been me. Yeah, he's smiling. He loves it, dude. This is a happy gargoyle. This is one lucky gargoyle right here. He's happy. He loves it. Yeah. Look at him. He's having the time of his life right now.
Yeah!
Holy shit. This gargoyle's a baconeer. We gotta see that again. Holy shit.
No time for the lasso. Here goes. I think you'll like the view better over here.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
The cake is just sailing off into the sunset. I don't even know where, like, is this where she meant to steer? I think he's like, look, whatever you say, She-Ra, like the view better here, there, whatever you say. I'm taking this cake and we're just sailing off into the sunset. Look at him, he loves it.
Yeah!
He loves it. This is the happiest gargoyle I've ever seen. This is the happiest gargoyle I've ever seen. Holy shit. He loves it. He loves it. Yeah, just taking the cake and just flying off into the sunset. Never to be seen again. Never to be seen again. So, yeah, we've got She-Ra, doing her thing. Okay, master of unwrangling here. She-Ra just taking hold of the situation, grabbing life by the horns, as it were, and taking control. But this gargoyle, little did she know, this gargoyle was a bacon ear, and he's not really putting up much of a fight. He's kind of just like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm fine with, where do you want to go? Just lead the way, She-Ra, lead the way. Yeah, little does she know he's into that. She's grabbing the horns, trying to steer him around. Yeah, he's into it. Joke's on you, She-Ra. Joke's on you. He's into it. Okay. He's so happy. So yeah, that's what we've got lined up for you tomorrow morning. Lots of fun stuff. You saw a lot of monsters as well as monster waifus. Okay, so we've got Filmation's Ghostbusters. We've got She-Ra. We've got G.I. Joe, Gravedale High, Toonsylvania dug up from the grave. I was working the graveyard shift last night putting this together and dug up Toonsylvania from the abyss. And even though it's a Warner Brothers animation that aired on Fox, it's somehow now owned by NBC. And regardless, they let us use it. So it's confusing, but I guess I don't care. You know what I mean? So we've got a whole lot of good stuff, a couple other goodies in there, a couple of surprises left over as well, and a full 3-hour block, 9 to noon Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I will see you guys there for the Monster Mash theme Halloween edition of Saturday morning cartoons. It's going to be a good time. Plenty of Zook, all right? And of course, stacked and packed wall to wall with waifus. Some normal waifus and some monster waifus. So it's going to be a good time. So hopefully we'll see you guys there for that. Now, for the Anime Grindhouse, this one isn't really too much of an update because if you were here last week, or should I say over on Bacon Bits for the Anime Grindhouse, then you already got a taste of what we're getting into tomorrow night, okay? And it's weird, all right? You thought the limbo rights of Toonsylvania was weird? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because last week we watched the OVA series Sailor Victory, which was just Kino. It was peak. The dub, chef's kiss. Okay, chef's kiss on that English dub. Every single line that was spoken by certain characters was an absolute gem. Okay, and the thing overall was pretty batshit insane, and it flew by too. It was like the first hour is basically a half and half Anime Grindhouse, and the first hour flew by because Sailor Victory was so insane. Unfortunately, that's all they made. I could watch multiple seasons of that show, but they just made the OVA to sell the manga. That's how it goes sometimes, or at least it used to. Now it seems like they make too many episodes, too many, hundreds and hundreds, but just those 2 episodes we got done. Then we watched the first 3 episodes of Maze the Mega Space, or I'm sorry, Mega Burst Space. Gotta get, it's a weird title. Maze the Mega Burst Space. We watched the first 3 episodes, and while not quite as bonkers as Sailor Victory, only because it has more episodes, so it's able to move at a slower pace. Like Sailor Victory just had to just all cylinders firing the whole time because it was just 2 episode OVA. So they just zooked out the whole time, right? Maze was a little bit of a slow burn at first. It had some funny moments, a little bit of wackiness, and then it starts like a snowball, right? It starts getting bigger and bigger, zookier and jankier, and shit just gets wild and wilder. So it does that throughout the entire series. I believe it's about 25 or 26 episodes, and it just continues to get more and more batshit crazy as it goes along. It's almost an art form in and of itself how they were able to do it, how they didn't just front load all the craziness right away and then, you know, almost plateaus or something right in the middle. No, it gets crazier and crazier as it goes along. And so we've got to keep watching. We only saw the first 3 episodes. And it was already making some of the Baconeers question their life decisions. Some Baconeers were wondering, how did I get here? Just in those first 3 episodes. So we're going to watch about 5, maybe 6. I'll see how many fits into a 2-hour time span in tomorrow night's volume of Anime Grindhouse. The whole thing will be Maze the Megaburst Space, and we're going to get into some real Zook, okay? It's going to be cranking the jank. The cheese is going to be flowing because it's got cheesy voice acting. It's got some janky, I would say animation, but the animation is not too bad. But the plot, if you can call it that, is pretty fucking janky. So they're going to crank the jank. It's going to get even crazier as each episode goes along. And we got to get through more of this series. You know, we'll do some Halloween anime towards the end of the month. You know, there's not as much out there. So, you know, I got to save it. Towards the end of the month because I've already played a lot of it. You know, like last year we did Dracula, Sovereign of the Damned. We did The Curse of Frankenstein. You know, we already did that. I've even already done the Night Warriors OVA, you know, the Darkstalkers anime. They call it Night Warriors. Similar to the games. They had different names for that too. And I've already done those. So we might do like a mix and match. That's what we're kind of doing in the Anime Grindhouse these days anyway. And so I might take like the Halloween episode from Dirty Pair, maybe one of the Night Warriors OVA episodes, you know, a few things here and there, mash them together and make a couple of Halloween themed Anime Grindhouse for the end of the month. But for now, we're just going to zook out. Okay. We're just going to zook out with one of the craziest animes I think we've seen in a while when it comes to like a full-blown series. You know, we've seen some crazy OVAs. Like if you guys remember the Samurai OVA, that shit was pretty wild. Of course, Sailor Victory from last week was very wild. But OVAs, that's par for the course because they gotta be crazy. That's why they make the OVAs, to get your attention so they're crazy as possible. But when it comes to a full-blown series, it's been a while. You know, like I'm trying to think, you know, maybe the Burn Up series was the last one that was like this crazy. And I don't even know if it was this crazy because this thing is just pure uncut Zook. All right. So we're going to be watching more of this tomorrow night, and that'll be at midnight Eastern Standard Time over on Bacon Bits, the usual home for the Anime Grindhouse. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the second channel, you can find it on the main page of this channel. Just scroll under the Saturday morning cartoon playlist on the main page and you'll see the other channels. You can also get to the gaming channel there if you're interested in retro style games. I do that every Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're playing Splatterhouse Deception of the Mask. All right, so we're doing that on Sunday. So this will be the Anime Grindhouse, and then probably next week we'll start on some Halloween stuff because I think by that point we'll be about halfway or a little over halfway through the month. All right, and then speaking of watch parties, because there's not really any news or updates to get into, so I'll just go ahead and mention the other watch party that we've got this weekend, and it's actually tonight and about an hour and a half from now over on Bacon Bits. Friday night movie, Neon Maniacs. So if you guys were here for channel surfing, then you already know we watched the trailer for this, and it looked crazy in all of the best ways. I loved how insane this movie looked in that trailer. I had actually never seen it before, never even heard of it before. So when I saw that trailer, I said, oh yeah, we got to watch this with the Baconeers. This is getting put right to the top. Like it's cutting the line, okay? It's cutting in line, and it's getting put right to the top of the watch party list. And so I checked it. And while it does, I will advise you guys, for anybody that is outside of North America that's currently watching, or maybe catching the replay in the hour in between the stream ends and the watch party starts. If you are outside of North America, you're going to need a VPN to watch this one, okay? Because while it does get past the copyright, you know, they didn't block it. They let it play. It didn't even get age restricted to my knowledge, because sometimes they do it later, but so far so good. It did get partially blocked. So it's allowed in US and Canada. So that's why I say North America, like the full continent. So Canadian Baconeers, you guys are good. Here in the US, you guys are good. Outside of the US, though, it's practically banned everywhere else. Now, I don't know if it's every single country. So yeah, like T-Bone, for instance, go over and check Bacon Bits and see if you are able to view the premiere, because the premiere is already set up. And if you don't see anything, that means you'll need a VPN. So you can get one. I think the Brave browser comes with one free. I don't know. You might have to pay for it. I don't know. I try not to cost anybody any money. Like don't go like spending money on a VPN just for one movie. But it does happen from time to time where these things will be allowed in one region and denied in another. And so it is kind of good. Like I don't even use it that much, but it does come in handy from time to time. I have a VPN myself. I actually use the Brave browser, and I use the VPN on there. And it does come in handy from time to time. So that's what you'll need if you are outside of North America. Again, the list of countries was insane. That's why I'm just saying outside of North America, because from what I saw, it looked like every other freaking country, you know? So, you know, we could simulcast it. Yeah, T-Bone, you know what? I'll do that for you. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. I'll simulcast it in the Discord. I'm glad that you thought. We've done that before. We had to do that for Space Rangers. Space Rangers was getting blocked in Canada, so I simulcast it in the OBTV Discord for the Canadian Baconeers. So you know what, T-Bone? I will do that for you. I'll have the simulcast going in the OBTV Discord for those of you that are worldwide Baconeers, and then the domestic ones here on the North American continent, you guys can watch it over on Bacon Bits. And that way, everybody gets to tune in. Just make sure you're in the Discord. There should be a link in the description. It should be working too, because I've been updating it to make sure that it doesn't expire. Just let me know if it's not, but it should be. So make sure you're in the Discord if you are a worldwide Baconeer, and that way you can watch it in there. Otherwise, we'll be seeing this on Bacon Bits at midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. Movie night. Neon Maniacs. It looks insane. That trailer is anything to go by? Looks insane, man. I can't wait. So that's going to be a good time. All right, guys. Tune up those Wrangle devices. If you haven't already, you should be keeping them in tip-top condition, though. Really, I shouldn't even have to tell you, like any last-minute tuning up shouldn't be happening. A true Baconeer keeps their Wrangle devices in tip-top shape 24/7, 365 days of the year, because these waifus are wascally, okay? Wascally waifus. They're running wild, and you never know when you might need a wrangle and tangle one up, okay? So get them into your stable, all right? So we're going to get some waifus wrangled right now. We're going to check the meter and see how many waifus we get to wrangle tonight. Holy shit, I just took a look. Wait till you see this when I hit the meter. We're getting a bunch. Whoa, buddy. Let's go. I'm glad I prepared a bunch for you guys tonight, man. The generosity of the Baconeers knows no bounds, and you guys are awesome for that. So let's hit the music. Here we go. How many waifus are we going to show? We got one. That's 1 meter down. Two waifus. Three waifus. Why? I don't know. It's four waifus. 5. Let's go. It's not stopping, guys. It's not 6 waifus. It's still going. I know it's not 7 waifus. Holy shit. Let's go. 8 waifus. Holy shit. 8.5. Wow. We are halfway there, living on a prayer to the 9th waifu to be wrangled. But we have 8 waifus. All right, let's go. Let's get into the waifu roundup. You guys ready? You guys ready to wrangle some waifus? Yeah, we're close, man. Halfway there, living on a prayer to get number 9. And I think, hold on, let me check my notes here, because I think the 9th one is a bonus, a bonus where you get 2 waifus for the price of 1. Okay, the pinup actually features 2 waifus. And even though they are so nice, it would be worth filling the meter twice. I'm not going to make you do it. We'll give them both to you for the 1 meter. So the 9th one is a bonus. So if you guys fill up the rest of that meter, you actually get 10 waifus, okay? So let's get into it with this first one here. This one might be a little bit difficult to guess because she's got a big cape right there that's obscuring the silhouette a little bit. But you might be able to. I don't know. The hairstyle is similar to a lot of other waifus' hairstyle. So I don't know if you'll be able to guess this one. However, the cape, you might be able to at least get the costume.
I finally get a few days off, but when I come back, this happens. Oh, great! Shaboxy, you liar!
This message is brought to you by Cheddar and Swiss.
Cheddar and Swiss with the Jill sandwich, getting us a little bit over 3/4 of the way. We're almost to Sliver Country. We're almost to Sliver Country. Was that too much cake? I don't think there is such a thing. I don't know. Maybe too much to like fit into the robot there. Getting the robot. She's got. I'm sorry, Shizuru. Sorry, thinking Rosario Vampire there. Or is that Queensblade? Man, there's a lot of waifus. Got to keep them all. Yeah, Shizuru. Thank you. Getting the robot, Shizuru. But there might be too much cake for that. I don't know. But we're almost into Sliver Country. We're almost into Sliver Country. So thank you, Cheddar Swiss, with a Jill sandwich finishing move. All right. So any guesses on the costume? Because you may not. I don't know if you guys maybe you will be able to guess the waifu, but it would just be a lucky guess. Morrigan, close. You're on the right track, Michael. It's not Morrigan, but you're on the right track because Morrigan actually has the wings down there, which it's around her waist, kind of like that, but that's a cape. That's a cape. So that should kind of give you the hint right there. That's a cape. And I'll say that it's a cape that she doesn't often wear. Like, you know, you see her, usually it's on the cover of the comics where she's got the cape, but she doesn't always wear the cape. No, not Lilith either. Because again, that would be her wings. I'm assuming you mean Lilith of Lilith and Morgan. Sounds like a law firm. Lilith and Morgan. Have you been involved in a vampire accident? Did you have a vampire accident? Call the law firm of Lilith and Morgan. They're willing to take your case. There you go. Darkbeat got it. It's Vampirella. There you go. Dark88 as well. There you guys go. Vampirella. But who could it be now dressed as Vampirella? Well, that's one of our favorite waifus of all time. We've been watching the series in OBTV. In fact, we're going to finish it on Tuesday and start watching some Halloween cartoons for the rest of the month. We've got Starfire dressed as Vampirella, and it looks like Beast Boy is getting in on the action. Look at Beast Boy as a little vampire bat there up on her hand. So we've got Starfire, one of the all-time top waifus, definitely in my stable. 10 big Bison Bucks from the Cheddar Swiss
The
Coalition.
coalition will not fail our brothers.
The Cheddar Swiss Coalition is not going to fail, putting us in Sliver Country. Let's go. Let's go. So yes, courtesy of Master Krakken, I told you guys, man, he's been cooking. All right, he's in the bakery, and he's got a lot of cake in the oven, okay? He's been in the bakery. He's got a lot of cake in the oven. And he's been knocking it out of the park, man. He gets better every year, if you guys can't tell by what's on your screen right here. Yes! Oh, there we go. There we go.
We shall not fail.
The Cheddar Swiss Coalition comes in with the Jill sandwich finishing move and takes down the final meter. Let's go. Thank you guys so much, man. Massive support. Okay, so we actually have 3 champions tonight because Warwicked 27 with that massive $300.69 dono. That is our official stream boss, which, oh, did I neglect to officially hail the stream boss? I knew I was forgetting something when I was hot dogging and grandstanding earlier. You'll have to forgive me. I was zooking out. I was blown away by all the generosity. So let's hail Warwicked 27 and the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. Let's get pizza rolls raining. Let's get the waifu swinging 2 times. 2 times. Let's go. We might even need a third waifu swing in there. Swing right back across the screen. There we go. One more time there. In fact, we'll even get one more batch of pizza rolls raining down for you guys. Thank you to our big 3 stream bosses, the Cheddar Swiss Coalition and Warwicked 27. All hail. These waifus are brought to you by Baconeers like you, as well as everybody else that sent in donos. Medieval Syphilis with the big Zookin' Out dono, and a lot of other generous Baconeers tonight. I'll shout you guys all out at the end of the stream. Thank you all so much. All right, so we've got from Master Krakken, Starfire dressed as Vampirella. Now, we've seen a lot of waifus dressed as Vampirella, and I'm curious to know which do you think wore it the best? I think the first one that we ever saw don this costume was Tara from Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but we've seen some others too. I think Sheila from Dungeons and Dragons has rocked this out before. Now we've got Starfire rocking this outfit. So I wonder who you think is the best. In fact, here, before you tell me that, or you can just do both. You can tell me that and then tell me. I want you guys, It's kind of like placing bets, okay? I want you to place your bets. Who do you think is going to be the waifu that wins it all this year, okay? Because we're doing a masquerade ball, you know, a costume contest at the end of the month. In fact, October 31st, Halloween, is on a Friday. So we're going to be doing a very special Sterner Stuff on Halloween night, watching the Elvira Halloween special and judging the costume contest, the masquerade, as Krakken has dubbed it. And I want you guys to guess, because here's the thing. There's going to be a prize for anybody and everybody who guesses right. You don't even have to, you know, draw a name out of a hat or share the prize or anything like that. For everybody who guesses right, you will receive special exclusive artwork. So who do you think is going to be the top waifu of Halloween? And you know, it's a little difficult because you're like, well, I don't even know all the contestants yet, but you know who the top waifus are. You can already guess who's gonna be. We've seen some already. You're gonna see some tonight, and you can post it in the comments. You know, if you don't want to leave it in the chat, maybe you can go back and leave it in the comments. Just make sure you remember, and I'm gonna go back through and look at the chat and take notes. Okay, I'm gonna write everyone's guesses down. But I want you to guess, you know, could be She-Ra, Starfire, Charlie Girl, Princess Lana, Hannah Dundee, Princess Zelda, Tess from Pole Position with her neckerchief, you know. So there's a lot of top waifus that you know you're going to see. Yeah, Catra, you know you're going to see these waifus. If you haven't already, because we started last week, now we've got some more tonight. So if you haven't already seen them, you know who you're probably going to see this month. And I want you to guess who's going to win, who's going to take home the prize, the grand prize, who's going to be the victor of the costume contest. And if you guess correctly, you'll get some special exclusive art, okay, from Master Krakken. All right, so keep it in mind. I'm going to go back through Diana there you go, Diana, She-Ra. These are, see, you guys are already putting in a log. And I have no idea, because you guys are going to be the ones that vote. Okay, you guys are going to be the ones that vote on the waifus. Yeah, Baroness is going to be in the running. So it's anybody's ball game. You know what I mean? Anybody's ball game. So we'll see on Halloween night when we have the costume contest, the masquerade ball for these waifus. You guys will vote, and we'll see who the winner is. But anybody who guesses the win, and we'll do three. In fact, we'll do the top three. We'll do the top three. So anybody who guesses any of the top 3 waifus will get a prize. Okay. We'll send it to you, digital artwork. That way, that's how it's everybody gets one, you know, because if it was just one item, only one person get it, but it's digital artwork. So I'll just send it to all the winners. All right. So first up, Starfire. That's our first waifu. Okay. First waifu, 1 down, 8 more to go. Well, technically 9 more to go, because the last one is a bonus. All right. So next up, now this one should be pretty obvious based on the silhouette of both the character and the costume. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the costume, because she does have a little accessory, little special collar batwing things going on that might obscure who the character she is, dressed as, that is, the costume. That's what the costume obscures that a bit, but you should be able to tell who the character is. That's right. Yeah, you guys got it right away. It's Jinx. Now, do you want to take a guess who she's dressed as? Because there's some giveaways here. There's some giveaways. Catgirl Felicia, there you go. Daharka88 hitting it right on the head right there. Daharka88 got it spot on, because even though she's still wearing, I think that's called a cowl, when it's like the little shoulder cape thing. I think they call that a cowl. So she's got her cowl on from her original outfit. Otherwise, she is dressed as Felicia from Darkstalkers. So we've got Jinx dressed as Felicia, the cat girl. Isn't she kind of similar to a werewolf? She's not an actual like werewolf or werecat. I don't know, but I know she's able to transform. So kind of like a werewolf, werecat thing. So yeah, Catgirl Felicia from Darkstalkers. Tongue-tied. Say that 5 times fast. Catgirl Felicia from Darkstalkers is Jinx from Teen Titans. Let's go. Also, courtesy of Master Krakken, I told you he had cake in the oven. Okay, told you he had cake in the oven, right? Right? Yeah, werecat. She's a werecat. So yeah, we've got that. That is waifu number 2. All right, so we got 2 down, 8 more to go. Let's go on to the next one. We got a lot to get through, so let's go on to the next one here. Next up, also courtesy of Master Krakken. Now, this one I'm not even going to expect you to guess. She's sitting on furniture, which makes it very difficult to tell even what she's dressed as, much less who the waifu is. but sort of sticking in the theme because, you know, we had Starfire, we had Jinx. Now, it's not Raven. It's not even really a Teen Titan, but she is dressed as one. In fact, it is Princess Aura from Flash Gordon dressed as Starfire, specifically the new 52 Starfire, which I know may not be everybody's favorite version when it comes to her personality because they did change her. She was no longer that lovable, partially regarded alien girl like she was in the 80s. And that's the one that they use the personality for in the cartoon as well. In the comics, when they debuted New 52, they just made her kind of like, I don't know, she was almost like a female Baconeer. You know, all she cared about was wrangling. You know what I mean? But the costume, though, chef's kiss. All right. So even if you didn't like what they did to her personality, you can't deny the costume was peak. Okay. The costume. Yeah, I know. Richard says all new 52 sucks. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm not saying I'm a fan, but the costume, though, you can't deny is peak. All right. Chef's kiss. So we've got Aura from Flash Gordon, a little bit of a Wrangle queen herself, you know. She was trying to get Flash into a roll in the hay. Do you guys remember that? She wanted Flash to roll in the hay, and then Dale was getting all jealous, and Flash was just like, yo, what's wrong, Dale? You jealous? And she's like, you're darn right I am. That was a fucking great meme because I only had to edit in the roll in the hay line. He actually does turn to Dale and ask her if she's jealous. And, you know, at least she's honest. Dale's an honest waifu. And she was like, yeah, I'm fucking chowing down on the Frosted Flakes, buddy. But can you blame him, though? Can you really blame him? So, yeah, young Frankenstein reference. So we've got Princess Aura dressed as New 52 Starfire. That's your third waifu. Yeah, roll in the hay. All right. So that is waifu number 3. All right. We've got plenty more to go. Let's keep on keeping on. Here we go. Next up, we got one from Odacat. Now, this one should be really obvious right here. The silhouette, those pigtails, give it away. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Yeah, the Frosted Flakes flying. That's right, Kenzo's creation. This one, she's not necessarily dressed in a specific costume, more so just the fall fashion. Because sometimes a waifu can't find a costume in time, and it's like, hey, the stream is starting. You got to put something on. She was obviously in the middle of trying to get dressed in a costume, and there was just no more time. So you got to put something on. Well, it is fall, officially. It is fall, and the most popular fall fashion here on the Orbital Station, you guys already know. That's right. I see Daharka. I see Ranma saying it. Tiny overalls. So we got Cammy in tiny overalls, and she's got her nondescript cola there. It's supposed to be, it'll be a can of root beer. You'll probably see this one again on Friday, and we'll make that the actual can of A&W root beer. Right now, it's just nondescript cola. It's not even RC cola. It's like dollar store cola. But she was in a hurry, okay? She was in a rush. She was in the middle of trying to find a costume, didn't have anything on. And it's like, hey, Cammy, come on, stream's starting. We got to go. So she just threw on the tiny overalls, made it just in time for the Baconeers to be wrangled up here in the waifu roundup. Somebody get her in your stable, okay? Get her in your stable.
The tiny overalls have Kitty saying wowzers.
Wowzers. He says it like that every time too. I love that. Wowzers. Yeah, Kitty's zooking out, man. He couldn't even troll you and read your super chat funny. He just said it straight up. Wowzers. That's right. I think the whole chat's saying wowzers right now. So yeah, we've got Cammy from Street Fighter dressed in her tiny overalls, ready for the fall season. Even if she doesn't have a costume, that's okay. It is still the top fall fashion here on the station, and we'll be seeing more of this in November for sure. All right, next up, that one's courtesy of Odacat, by the way. In case you couldn't, I think you guys can tell. I don't even have to tell you. I think you guys can recognize each Baconeers, each artist here, official artist. They're Baconeers too, but I want to make sure I denote them as official artists here on the station. You can tell their style. All right, next up, we got another one from Odacat. Now, this one I think you guys should be able to guess, at least the character. I don't know if you'll get who she's dressed as, but I think that, because you guys are good. You guys are really fucking good, in fact, at guessing. It kind of freaks me out sometimes how you're able to guess some of these. So I think this one you can get. No, it's not K. Oh, there we go. Ranma Chaos. Wow, fast with that too. I see a couple people, Neo and Duo and Michael, are saying K.
Whis with the visit from the Gyat Fairy. Keep her dancing. Let's go.
Sounds. What mounts?
Zounds. Oh, that's a throwback. That's a throwback right there. Zounds. Wow. Thank you, man. Appreciate that visit from the Gyat Fairy there. Thank you for the support. The Cheddar Swiss Coalition. I don't know who it is anymore. But yeah, you guys, I saw some people guessing K, but Ron McChaos got it right. It's Rally. That's right. You guys remember Gunsmith Cats? Rally Vincent. Now, she's not dressed as K. No, she's not dressed as K. That's not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. But we got that last week. If you guys remember, we had the Titans pair, Dirty Titans, Dirty Titans, I guess, because it was Starfire as K and Raven as Yuri. So we had the Dirty Titans last week. So we got to change it up. We got to change it up. But it is Rally Vincent from Gunsmith Cats. She is dressed as another gun-wielding waifu, as you can see in the silhouette. It is another gun-wielding waifu. Should I let you guess? Because I feel like that's a pretty big hint right there. There's not that many gun-wielding waifus out, and this is a very well-known, one of the most well-known gun-wielding waifus. Oh, that's Ranma. Close. He says Black Lagoon Revy. That's close. Think outside anime, though. Because I notice everybody's guessing like they're saying like Faye Valentine, Baroness, not anime, but cartoons. Think outside of animation. Who is one of the most, if not the most well-known gun-toting waifu. There you go. No Name and Saint Adam right there at the same time. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. That's right. So we got Rally Vincent dressed as Lara Croft. And apparently she got her costume from Walmart. She cheaped out because it shrank in the wash. You know, you gotta spend a few extra bucks to get those high quality costumes that can actually survive a wash cycle. But, she must have gone to like Walmart or something because this one, just shrunk right up in the wash. It's just barely even fitting anymore. There you go. Yeah, Chester Stevens, that was your request. Exactly. This one actually was requested by a stream boss, Chester Stevens, one of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition members himself. So there you go. Yeah, Button. Who got her butt? That fell off in the wash too. Darce. That's what I'm saying. You got to spend extra bucks for those high quality costumes because otherwise, the buttons are going to fall off in the washing machine or in the dryer. The tops, shrunk. It's just now as Bacon Ears, we win. Even if Rally didn't get all the bang for her buck that she was hoping, well, the Bacon Ears, we still win in the end, right? We still win in the end. Who's got that button? It shops. She went to B Mart. She didn't go to S Mart. She didn't shop smart at S Mart. She went to B Mart. All right. So let's go. Rally Vincent as Lara Croft. Excellent choice, Chester Stevens, by the way. All right. Next up, we've got another. Oh, this waifu gets 2 spots in the same night. She must be popular. Okay. Well, you should know who this is. And there's also a pretty dead giveaway as who she's dressed as, too. If you guys look, don't get too distracted by certain features in that silhouette right there. Don't be too distracted by certain features in that silhouette, because if you look, you can see there's a dead giveaway. It's Jinx again. You guys got that. But you should be able to tell because there's a there you go. Mr. Kezardrix. And Daharka again. You guys are good. Daharka like on fire tonight guessing these waifus. And Mr. Kezardrix, that's right. Freddy Krueger. We've got Jinx, who apparently got an even cheaper costume than Rally did. Because all that happened to Rally's was it just shrunk and the button fell off of the shorts. But Jinx's, it got eaten. It got shredded. Okay, it got shredded. It got like the shorts, the top, everything just fell apart, almost completely unraveled. All right, this isn't even Walmart. This is like dollar store Freddy Krueger. It just fell apart in the wash. My goodness. It just fell apart in the wash, man. Just hanging on by a thread, literally. You know what I mean? At least the glove.
maybe that's where all the money went to, because the glove looks all right. You know, it looks like one of those high quality ones that actually uses like metal bits and stuff. No plastic finger knives here. Those are the actual metal ones. So I guess she spent all the money on that and the Felicia costume. That wasn't cheap for sure. So she splurged on the Felicia costume, splurged on the Freddy glove, but the outfit itself, well, that paid the price, or as I guess I should say, didn't pay the price, because it's just falling apart. Just didn't even survive one wash. Not a single cycle. Yeah. Dollar store ain't even $1 anymore. I know, Blades, man. It's tough times we're living in. The dollar store isn't even dollars anymore. But maybe she found this one in the way back, you know? It's like, hold on, there's a costume way back. Yeah, it's still $1. That's how that's how you know it's super cheap. It was still $1, because the dollar store is not even $1 anymore. But she found one that was still $1. Yeah, and it's just falling apart. It's just falling apart. But like the last one, what waifu's misfortune with the laundry is the Baconeer's gain. Okay, we win in the end. Let's go. So we've got Jinx here as Freddy Krueger, causing some bad lucks, you know. She was all about nightmares, right? The bad luck. Well, I think it's fitting. All right. Next up, we've got another one here. Now this one, I don't even know if this is necessarily a costume. I think this waifu is she's just, hey, I'm a Halloween waifu as is. You know, just a Halloween waifu as is. She didn't really need a costume. She's already kind of spooky. So this one, there's not, it's a Halloween waifu in the sense, well, you'll see. I'll just go, you know what? I'm not even going to make you, I don't think you guys would be able to guess this one. Honestly, I don't think you'd be able to guess this one. So we'll just go ahead and unveil it. But, you know, she's just kind of works. You know, she just has that vibe already. I'm talking about Poison Ivy, specifically the Arkham Asylum Poison Ivy. So it's kind of like a Halloween costume, because the asylum outfit, you know, one of those crazy people, you know, there's plenty of horror movies like that where they escaped the asylum and now they're going crazy, right? But that's the thing though, is the way that she wore her asylum outfit. It was like, well, not much to improve on. You know what? You can just go out like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was trying to think, because I was like, oh, Poison Ivy, you know, she's already kind of got that Halloween vibe, you know, green skin girl, right? Like Roddy Tops. I was like, well, who should she dress as? Because we got Jinx dressed as Roddy Tops. I don't want to like double up on the costumes too much. You know, we've got Vampirella as there's popular costumes out there. I don't want to like double up on too many. And then I realized, well, in the asylum, she has already kind of rocking the asylum outfit, you know, kind of making it like how we had Sexy Mustard, right? Sexy Mental Patient, which is actually in that video when they're listing all the things, you know, they're like sexy doctor, sexy detective, sexy mental patient. So I'm like, you know what? Kind of works. It kind of works. You know, she was in the asylum, Arkham Asylum. So yeah, we've got Poison Ivy here as a sexy mental patient, which is a little redundant, right? Aren't all women mental patients? No, I'm just kidding. Boo. So yeah, we've got Poison Ivy here, courtesy of Odacat. Yeah, a little bit of a Leaf Keeny going on, sorta, kind of, yeah, a little bit. So yeah, good stuff. I don't know if this one shrank in the wash or not, or I think that's just how she wears it. Femme Fatale, Poison Ivy, all right? Now we're getting towards the end here. We just got one more after this one. This one is also a waifu who is already dressed in like a Halloween style outfit. So it's kind of like, well, you can just go to the party like that. You're already good for Halloween. Just go on ahead. And to keep with the Batman theme, if you guys have noticed, we kind of got these running themes going on. We've had quite a few visits from the Teen Titans. We had Starfire. We had Jinx twice. So nice. She needed to be featured twice. We had Aura dressed as Starfire. So now we had Poison Ivy from Batman. So we need another Batman character here. That's right, Catwoman. And we're going all the way back, way back. We're talking Adam West, Julie Newmar, okay? Julie Newmar, Adam West Batman. Because she's already dressed, you know, the cat, that's like a classic Halloween outfit. just the generic like Catgirl costume, right? But this is Catwoman. So it kind of I'm like, you know what? Kind of like Poison Ivy. You're already dressed for the holiday. You already got the Halloween garb on. All right. So just go on out like that. So we've got Julie Newmar Catwoman from the Adam West Batman. Let's go. Let's go. I think this is a very underrated Catwoman, because obviously there's the more recent ones. Like I think most people would probably think of Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns, or if you're going into the animation, the Bruce Timm Catwoman from the Batman animated series, especially those first 3 seasons. Wasn't really digging her 4th season redesign, even though it did look a little bit more like the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. There was just something about the one in the first 3 seasons had its own thing going really good, right? Even talking about Batman Arkham games, like the Poison Ivy we just saw, that Catwoman is really good. But I feel like the Julie Newmar Catwoman from the Adam West show, really underrated. Needs more attention. All right, somebody get her in your stable. All right, get her in your stable. Let's go. All right, last but certainly not least, your bonus waifus. Okay, we've got bonus 2 for the price of 1. Since you filled up that meter, you guys, and more than enough. In fact, if we check it again, I think we're like a little bit beyond. So, but that's just to see. We're good. We're good. We got all the waifus unlocked tonight. So last but certainly not least, we've got 2 for the price of 1, and going back to the Teen Titans thing. So if you thought Jinx was going to be the only one who got to appear multiple times, oh no, we're getting another one of Starfire, which should make the other waifu here pretty obvious. But who are they dressed as? Because you know what? The silhouette you would think it's just their normal costumes. You would actually think that it's just their normal costumes based on the silhouette. Starfire and Raven, that's right. Starfire and Raven. But they are dressed up, okay? They are wearing Halloween costumes. They're dressed as other waifus. Now, what's another waifu duo? We've already seen them as the Dirty Pair, the Dirty Titans. We saw that last week, right? So look at the silhouette. Notice that Raven still has a bit of a cape there, a little bit of a cloak. So what is a waifu pair where one of the waifus is wearing a cloak? Yeah, who do you think? Who do you think? No, not panty and stocking. I don't think one of them wears a cloak. Think a waifu pair where one of the waifus in that pair wears a cloak. There you go. Hunter Batista got it. There's a lot of good guesses. I'm saying you guys are getting creative with the guesses. Slayers, Velma and Daphne, a lot of, Supergirl and Batgirl, not bad at all. But Hunter Batista got it. Jason Long got it. That's right. From D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, we've got Starfire as Diana and Raven as Sheila, the cloaked waifu. That's right. Raven wearing the invisible cloak there, but it's not, I guess she did, if she put the hood up, maybe it would have made her invisible. I don't know. She might have too much cake to hide right there. Cake's going to be detected regardless. So we've got Starfire and Raven as the Dungeons and Dragons, which also I just realized also starts with the Dirty Pair, now D&D. So they're on like a running theme right here with these costume choices. So yeah, Starfire as Diana in the fur kini, and Raven as Sheila, which I guess it would have been like the mini skirt, the tiny mini skirt, but she modified it to be more like her normal outfit, because again that invisible cloak it's not that powerful. Okay, it's a nice item, right? It's a nice item, stealth and all that. It's not that powerful though. She knows she would still be failing the stealth check, and then the mini skirt just wouldn't be able to do the job, So had to turn it into the leotard like her normal costume. So there you guys go. Bonus waifus, 2 for the price of 1. Let's go. And I have a feeling that this won't be the last we see of these waifus dressed as these characters. Yeah, Ace of Spades. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Ace of Spades knows what I'm talking about. That this was such a good idea. I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back like, yeah, it's such a great idea. But no, I feel like they fit so well. The fur kini, it's basically like a furry version of Starfire's costume because it has the metal bits and the armbands and everything. much like Starfire's regular costume. And then Raven as Sheila, again, it's such a perfect fit because it has the hooded cloak and everything. I was like, can't be one and done. Can't be one and done. So yeah, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, say no more. Ace of Spades 88, the other official artist here on the Orbital Station. He knows what I'm talking about when I say this probably isn't going to be the last time that we see these waifus in these outfits. All right. So that is your waifu roundup. Thank you guys so much for the massive support tonight. Let me shout out everybody who sent in donos, man. You guys were insanely generous. Wrangled up tons of waifus tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Of course, we've got Wiss of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition, Chester Stevens being the other part of that, Kenzo's Creations, Reaver 154, Commies Are Not People, Duo Maxwell, Ronma Chaos, Wolvie, Token Robot, Rex Rue 99, Medieval Syphilis, T-Bone Tony giving us that mesmerizing super chat there. We had Loki Thorson, the birthday baconeer, RB, and I think that, and War Wicked 27, our stream boss, of course, you know, stream boss with that massive, mighty health bar right there. Thank you so much. Guys, be sure to like up the stream if you enjoyed the madness tonight. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys did as well. It's always great to kick off the weekend with the baconeers, the bim bams, the flum bums, having some laughs, enjoying the memes. I got to play this one more time because it's too fucking funny.
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm going to die.
Oh, man. Having the best time here with the baconeers. All right. So like up the stream if you enjoyed it tonight. We're going to head over to Bacon Bits in about an hour, just shy of an hour from now. And we'll be watching Neon Maniacs for the midnight movie tonight over on Bacon Bits. And for anybody who is blocked in your region, because it got blocked in lots and lots. Oh, it seemed like everything outside of the US. I don't know. It felt like it anyway. That list was gigantic. So if it's blocked in your region, then join the Discord. If you're not in there already, there's a link in the description and I will simulcast it in there for you guys. Otherwise, we'll see you over on Bacon Bits for the midnight movie, Neon Maniacs. It's going to be wild. It's going to be zooked out and crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., you guys know the drill, 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll have volume 122, Halloween edition of Saturday Morning Cartoons. So hopefully I'll see you there. And then at the Anime Grindhouse that night, tomorrow night at midnight. And continuing Maze, zooking out with that, man. It's going to be a very zooked out weekend. I got a feeling. All right. So get ready. Be prepared. Make sure you're stocked up on pizza rolls, whatever snacks you like, your Spark, your Spin, your Crystal Twist, and your Fupa, because we're going to be zooking out all weekend long. And that includes a gaming stream on Sunday. So if you're into a retro gameplay while hanging out with the Baconeers and wrangling some waifus too, I also have some exclusive pinups that we unlock over on the gaming channel. Then check that out Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be playing Splatterhouse Deception of the Mask. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Well, that's the show for you tonight. You guys are all awesome. I want you to stay awesome, stay based. God bless you all. Let me leave you now with a moment of Zook. Fuck you, Hassan Piker, and you dog mistreating piece of shit. He got what was coming to him. He got zapped, stunned. He can't stand up. Let's fucking go. All right, guys, that's the show. Y'all have a great rest of your night. In case I don't see you, have a great rest of your weekend. Until next time, remember.
Until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye, nega ninjas.
She's simply awesome. She dashed by me in painted on jeans. And all had time. electric eyes that you can't ignore. And passion burns